Before we get into this episode, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. You can hit the notification button so you can get updated weekly on all of our latest content. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, tell us what you want to see next below. I have the queen of lymphatic therapy on the podcast. Not only is she the queen of lymphatic therapy, you guys, she also is the queen of Brazilian lymphatic, which is a very special technique that we're going to get into. I have had the pleasure of getting to know Josie because she works on almost every inch of my body, and she's helped me in so many different instances. And after talking with her through all of these hour sessions, I was like, you have to come on the podcast to share all of your knowledge with the audience. And we kicked Michael off.
Right? I feel sorry, though, because he was wanting to have a Brazilian lymphatic. Did you hear that?
He's trying to book with Josie in the hallway. He wants a Brazilian lymphatic drainage massage.
Yeah.
And he's so excited about it. But I kicked him off because I just wanted to ask you all the questions without him in here.
Yeah, that's nice. Thanks for having me, by the way.
You're
That's
welcome.
a pleasure to be here.
You're welcome. So first, just to get the lay of the land, explain the difference between Brazilian lymphatic and American or other maybe French lymphatic. What's the differences?
Yeah, that's a great question because people usually, they know just the lymphatic. Brazilian lymphatic, as the name says, is so famous in Brazil for so many years. But actually, the regular lymphatic was created about 100 years ago by Dr. Vader and his wife as well. But they were not actually worried about what we might be worried now. We're talking about like plastic surgeries. We're talking about a different lifestyle that we are currently living. People are worried about their shape, their contouring after a surgery, during like postpartum as well. 100 years ago, Dr. Vader was not worried about any of this. That was more of a internal thing, let's say this way. So the idea of the Brazilian lymphatic is that we are able to help our clients from the inside out as a regular lymphatic, American one or French or any way that you'd like to call it, but also we are able to help them on the outside, cosmetic wise. So it's a combination that will give more results to the clients, thinking about their cosmetic side as well, and thinking about this new lifestyle that we are living.
So you get the wellness benefits,
Yes.
but you also get the shape that you want.
Yeah.
I've seen some incredible transformations that you've done, but also on my own body, you literally lose like 10 pounds of fluid.
You can. Our lymphatic system holds about 4 to 5 pounds of waste. That's it. So people sometimes they think that they are overweight, but actually it's not overweight. It could be water retention. So a lymphatic, for example, 1 hour of Brazilian lymphatic can help to reduce about 90% of waste and lymphatic fluid that we have in our body. We're talking about 1 hour only of about 4 or 5 pounds, for example. So yeah, Brazilian lymphatic helps from the inside out, but also helps with so many other things as far as cosmetic wise.
What I think too is so interesting about it is you're puffy and inflamed in places you never would think.
Yes.
You've talked to me about this, the under armpits. If
Yes.
your armpits are really puffy,
Yes.
that's stagnant lymph.
Yeah.
Some people are puffy in their vagina. Some people
Yes.
are puffy in their ankles.
Yeah.
And lymphatic really helps that. Those are like the places that are blocked, right?
Absolutely. So we have the superficial lymph nodes everywhere in our body, not everywhere, majority of some places, including specifically the left axillary that we call here on the armpit. And if it is puff, you might have some sort of issues, especially wellness-wise. You can be feeling fatigue or even acne. Acne can come with like problems related to your lymphatic system. Lots and lots of other problems, emotional issues as well. Depression, fatigue, or even anxiety. All of these can be helped by doing Brazilian lymphatic. So it's so important that we talk about all of this because people sometimes they don't know. They want to treat the outside and they just forget the inside. And with Brazilian lymphatic, we can help everything from the inside and also the outside.
Talk to the audience about how fucking crazy it would be to get
Yeah.
plastic surgery or any surgery
my
without
gosh.
doing lymphatic.
Oh my
It's like
gosh.
making a sandwich without the bread.
I know it's so important. And before the surgery, liposuction, tummy tuck, breast augmentation, facelift, whatever aesthetic surgery that you're going to get, you have to have lymphatic before the surgery to get your body ready for that surgery. It's a trauma that you're going to endure. So you need to have some sort of preparation so your body's ready, your immune system is ready, your body's clean to get that invasive treatment. Because I don't know if you guys ever watched how a tummy tuck is done, how a liposuction is done. It's like a lot of trauma to the body. And then right after the surgery, whatever you're going to do, we also have to have lymphatic to avoid the scar tissue, to avoid like to speed up your recovery, for example, and maintain after you are done, make 4 months out of your surgery, just maintain at least once a week having a Brazilian lymphatic, which I know could be crazy for people. Like, I can't have lymphatic every week, but actually that's what is needed for our body.
And in Brazil, that's very normal, you told me.
2-3 times a week.
Oh my God.
I've had my first lymphatic when I was 12 years old. I just turned 40. I remember like it was like yesterday, I was laying down in my mom's bed and this lady went there and she was massaging my mom, and also she massaged me when I was 12 years old. Because like I said, it's a wellness thing. It helps with so many benefits for our health, but also for the cosmetic side. Cellulite, for example, it's one of the benefits. We have a study done with people, like women were doing Brazilian lymphatic for a month, twice a week, and they got their cellulite reduced in 58%. So it's like it does help the overall. Plus, besides the cosmetic benefits, we have also the wellness one. In general, your health, immune system, cortisol levels. There are so many benefits that I could literally be here like all day long just talking about it.
When the internet was helping me name my first baby, they were giving like names. They said I should name my firstborn lymphatic
Oh no!
because I talked about, because I was obsessed with the lymphatic system, because I was so swollen from jaw surgery that I had to find all these different things to do. And the thing that made the biggest difference was lymphatic drainage and facial manipulation.
Yes.
People don't realize too, even in their face. It's why I launched with an ice roller first.
Yes.
Like you have to move that fluid.
Yes.
If you don't move the fluid
Mhm.
and you don't do some kind of lymphatic practice or massage or manipulation, what happens? What happens to your body?
Your body's going to be heavy overall. First of all, like I said, we can have up to 4 or 5 pounds of like just weights in our body. But also you are not going to be able to have that immune system or better getting boosted, for example. You are going to be very swollen, feeling like very heavy on your legs. After a day of work, for example, we all women, we are wearing our heels. So at the end of the day, we are tired because we need to help our body to do its work. It's not possible for our body the way that we live our life right now. So we have to think this, Lauryn. Imagine like 100 years ago, like 50 years ago. We didn't have all these like cars and sitting on a computer or staying like all day long, like over this, just on the same position without walking, without like doing all these health things that a long time ago, it was normal for the society. So we kind of have to balance everything. The way that I like to say is that if people are actually able to balance everything that is not being good for them, that's what is the best thing to do. And Brazilian lymphatic is the balancing, let's say, the system back, helping with so many other things in our body. So they're going to feel sluggish, they're going to feel fatigue, they can feel very, very like heavy with water retention on their legs, on their arms. There are a lot of like outside body things that we can see that cause the like not working with your lymphatic system properly.
I mean, I got a lymphatic massage by you yesterday and I walked in feeling so heavy, almost like I was wearing like a fat suit.
Oh,
Okay,
come on.
I'm very, very pregnant.
No.
Oh, it's so cool because you started on my left leg and immediately it felt light as a feather.
Yes.
But my other leg felt so heavy still.
Yes.
It is one of those things, and why I personally like it, that you see instant results.
Yes. And then it's so quick. Like in 1 hour, we can get 90% of that fluid back to our lymphatic system using our hands only. There's nothing else we can do besides of home routines like the dry brushing or even the gua sha or something like that, ice rolling, for example. But with our hands, we are able to help so much our body. And with you, I started with the left leg for a reason. So my technique, the Brazilian Lymphatic Massage by Josie Rushing, is proprietary. And I was studying every single detail, including starting on the left leg first. There's a reason why.
Yeah, why? Of course you have a reason.
There's a reason why for that. So we do all of this because our lymphatic system is not even in our body. So we start on the left leg to give more time to the other side to kind of like pair and balance. Same way that we do pressure points, for example. So we have our spleen that is part of our lymphatic system. There's no way that we can manually touch our spleen. So when I was creating my own technique, I was thinking, how can I get this spleen working better? Because it plays so much important role on our lymphatic system. And pressure point was the answer. So I do pressure points on the legs that will actively work on the spleen, for example, on my Brazilian lymphatic. So there are a lot of things that I do based on strokes, fascia release, pressure points, respiration, or even starting on the left leg that are important and will give more results to our clients.
Do you think it's like crazy if someone says they don't get lymphatic? Like you think that's...
Oh my gosh, yes, totally. Do you know why? I feel that what I always tell people is like, just try once. That's all. I'm not trying to convince you that it's going to be good for you. I just feel that people, they have to try once, because after that, I know for sure they are going to become an ambassador of the Brazilian lymphatic. I was just here. I just got here to record this podcast, and I was outside and I was talking to this lady outside from your front desk.
Alex in HR.
Yes. And she was like raving about it because she was scared at first. She was thinking that was going to be very painful. And then she was like, no, it's not painful at all. It helped me this and that. And she started talking to this other lady that was right besides me. And then this other lady wanted to hear more. So that's all that I say. Just try once, because I know the benefits are going to totally change people's lives. I know that.
Let's talk about mistakes people are making, because a lot of people during or after surgery, rather, have gotten lymphatic, and the lymphatic person tries to squeeze fluid.
Oh,
have you heard of this?
Oh, of course I did.
Okay.
It's called incisional drainage.
Yes, someone came on the podcast and talked about it. Talk about mistakes people are making.
I don't want to watch that episode. I'm kidding.
It's so you don't like incisional drainage?
Not at all. Not in Brazil. We do not believe that.
Okay.
The thing is, like I said, when you have a surgery, it's very traumatic for the body. So you are creating more edema, water retention. Your body's trying to recover from all the incisions and everything. So when you go there and you literally squeeze the fluids out of the incisions, like incisional drainage does, you're actually not letting your body to recover, which is the main goal of a Brazilian post-surgery lymphatic. So it's a big no-no.
So what else are no-nos like that? What would you be like horrified to learn?
I've seen a lot of, sometimes when I'm scrolling on Instagram, I see people using a lot of pressure and like even sometimes giving bruises to people because they think that if they want to get those before and afters, get very snatched and very like, woo, like they need to feel pain. And beauty is not pain, not with Brazilian lymphatic. You can have beautiful results like snatched the stomach, snatched faces, recover with post-surgery without any pain. It's actually very relaxing.
A lot of, I think, double chin and lower like fluid in the face can be easily fixed with it.
Yeah.
This is what I hear a lot. Well, how long does it last?
Yeah.
Personally, this is the way I look at facial manipulation and lymphatic.
Mm-hmm.
I work out my body. I try to work out every single day. Sometimes I hit 5 days a week, whatever. You don't if you don't work out, if I stop working out for a month, I'm going to gain weight.
That's it.
So I think you look at your lymphatic and your facial massage like that. It's for me, it's something I do every morning on myself. You guys have seen it on my stories. I'll go see someone like you. I'm traveling. I'll see someone at a hotel.
Yeah.
Like it's something you really don't stop.
Yes.
What would you say to those people?
Yeah, they have to do it. Your example is perfect. It's not like you just don't do your nails once in your life.
Right.
You know, like your eyebrow, your hair, like it's essential. It's essential. Right. Our body is very, very smart. So when we do the lymphatic, obviously our body is going to rebuild everything that we just try to get rid of. Otherwise, we'd be dead. It's the same as our respiration, for example. If we stop breathing, for example, obviously we're going to be dead. So it's the same thing with lymphatic system. Our lymphatic system is constantly working to get rid of like all the bacteria, viruses, pathogens in general, wastes, everything that is not good for us. Thank God we have a good immune system. So if we were not having that immune system working, we wouldn't be here. So you have to constantly be working on it, like your nails, your brows, your hair, your gym. That was a perfect example.
I think too, it's like what you just said with hair. You get your hair dyed, you have to go get it done in another 3 months or 2 months or whatever.
Yeah.
That it's kind of like an essential that you just keep doing.
Essential, yeah.
The immune benefits of lymphatic, you mentioned here and there. So when you get the lymphatic massage, does it automatically activate your immune system?
Absolutely, yeah. So immune system is part of our lymphatic system. So when we do that, we are able to help to cleanse our body. So this cleanse meaning that getting better with bacteria, viruses, all pathogens, but not only if this specific health part, but also our emotional part. If we stop to think like when we have a Brazilian lymphatic, you can get 30% decreased cortisol levels, which means yes, one session only, which means we're talking about so many good benefits, not only for the immune system, but also cosmetic, but also with our, for example, cortisol levels, which means like our emotions, depression, anxiety, fatigue. So it's an overall treatment. I honestly don't know any manual treatment, work, massage, or whatever that you have that has so many benefits like a Brazilian lymphatic.
It really is like, it's magical.
It is.
You've mentioned emotional throughout. Have you had people start crying or break down when you're doing the lymphatic?
Yeah, that already happened before. It's such a beautiful work, you know, like I'm a licensed massage therapist. So working with our hands, and we are literally putting that client of ours on a very vulnerable position, right? So she's very vulnerable and she's kind of like letting us to work with her in so many levels. So they trust us. They want to be there and giving us everything that they can. So yes, I've seen like clients that have been my client for years and years, and they feel very emotional. They feel very confident that they are there as well. And it's just such a beautiful, you know, like work that we provide to our clients. It transcends anything that I can possibly and able to verbalize it. It's just magical.
I asked a lot of plastic surgeons this question, but I'm going to ask it to you differently. I asked plastic surgeons, I'm like, when you go out to dinner with someone, are you looking at their face to be like, oh, she needs a little filler there, she needs a little Botox there? A lot of them say that yes, like it's hard to shut it off.
Yeah.
When you're out in the wild, in the public, how do you know someone needs to get some lymphatic drainage massage stat? Like, what are the signs where you're like, fuck?
Yeah, there are so many. It could be internal, obviously, but like on the outside, like I said, acne could be one of the things. Like majority of chronic diseases that we have are problems with the lymphatic system flow. So that lymphatic system is not helping. You're talking about autoimmune disorders, for example, that reflects on the outside of the body. So water retention could be one of the options. Anxiety, depending if I'm talking to the client or not. Fatigue could be another one. So yeah, kind of like we see like water retention on their extremities. cellulite also.
You know when you see someone with really big eye bags?
Yeah.
Especially a lot of men have it.
Yes.
A lot of like almost like a basset hound.
Yes.
I'm like, that person needs their lymphatic. People are like, oh, they're so tired. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
They need some facial manipulation.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like a big bag?
Yeah. Like you said, that guys have that a lot. Not all, but majority of the problems that we have over here on the under eye is lack of circulation, is lack of facial manipulation, fascia, so many things that we could help that client with. So yeah, we kind of see it,
See it all.
Yeah, we do.
Celebrities, influencers, you've worked on everyone. I mean, it's all over your Instagram. Are celebrities getting so much plastic surgery that no one knows about and they're coming for lymphatic?
Sometimes, yes. With the NEDA situation, obviously, and not only because of a piece of paper, but in respect to them
as respectful.
As a human being, I want to make sure that they are also have their privacy. But yeah, plastic surgery is a big one. I travel, like I go to California, I'm here in Austin, I'm like in Nashville, so I have like people coming to me because of surgery. But not only that, overall wellness as well. So I feel that they understand more and more how important it is to detox from the inside out, to look good. Red carpets also, like I always do Met Gala.
Yeah.
And so they want to look like nice on red carpet.
I saw you did Emma for the Met.
Yeah, I always do that for the Met. Like it's been about, I think it's the 4th year that I'm going to work on her. And so I feel that is a mix of everything. They finally people are understanding in general how important lymphatic is, and this makes me really happy because it's one of my missions here in America to bring all these good benefits that we have in my country, to kind of be the connection from Brazil to the United States as far as like beauty treatments, wellness treatments, and everything that we have there.
You get a very unique perspective of plastic surgery because you're working with people in their most vulnerable state after they've had plastic surgery, and you're also someone who can see it up close.
Yes.
It's almost like you're a spray tan artist. I bet spray tan artists are sitting, but you're like really seeing it.
Yeah.
What are the things that people are doing behind the scenes that no one is talking about?
As far as plastic surgeon, I think that now is trending a lot, the facelift.
Well, yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, facelift, and also
young, right?
Yes, they like just a little bit here and there. Also the silhouette one that gets the waistline, like
BBL.
No, for the waistline, it's the silhouette one that they get the waistline like.
What's that one? Is that liposuction?
No, they come here with this like on the ribs.
Okay.
And they do a little bit of work there to look like that they are more snatched.
Hold on, is this the removal of ribs?
Yeah, we can call that, yeah.
So they're removing ribs.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm saying it. I've seen stuff behind the scenes with this. I've talked to people who have done it.
Yes.
They're removing 1 rib, 2 rib, 3 rib.
No.
How many ribs are we removing?
No, it depends. It varies. It's not like a real removal. There is a very specific surgery that they do to the appearance be a little bit more shaped on the waistline.
Like Jessica Rabbit, the cartoon.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of like sculpting, but not sculpting like people think with BBL. It's more like doing stuff to the ribs to create a silhouette.
Yeah. Yes, a silhouette, exactly.
And so when people come to you after they've gotten a facelift, you can help the drainage happen better in the face.
And yeah, that's really good because like not everybody knows how to deal with facelift because the lymph nodes are damaged, could be damaged on that area because there was a trauma there. So sometimes even plastic surgeons, and I do not judge them, they not even want people to have lymphatic right after someone just had a facelift, because I've seen a lot of people working maybe aggressively or to the wrong direction. The wrong direction over here, because we have to think that when someone has a facelift, if they come over here from the side, we have lymph nodes that are on this area here specifically, but they are damaged because we've just had a trauma over there. So you cannot just overload damaged lymph nodes going to that direction. So that'll be wrong. So that's what we call transverse lymphatic. So there is like a very specific, I don't want to go to specifics, I know, but I feel that people need to know that, especially the reason why plastic surgeons sometimes they don't want to, they are patients to have lymphatic after a facelift. But yes, it's common. We do that. I feel that's the trending one, together with maybe the abs also. They're like kind of creating
so they sculpt
abs.
the abs.
Yeah, sculpting the abs. And
but I think you're also seeing a lot of facelifts because there's a lot of use of semaglutide.
Yes.
And when people lose weight quickly, there's extra skin.
Yes.
That would be my opinion.
Tummy tuck too.
Tummy tuck.
Tummy tuck too is very famous now because they are losing weight. They have extra skin. They have to get rid of that. And then they are doing tummy tuck. Regular one or transverse tummy tuck as well. So I see that a lot. Yeah.
If I ever got a tummy tuck,
we already talked about that. I already told her like 1,000,000 times.
No,
we're not going to talk to you anymore.
If I ever got a tummy tuck, though, I'm just saying I would get the one that lifts up, not down.
She doesn't need that. You don't need that, Lauryn. Please don't do that. If you do that, seriously, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Don't text me, please. You don't need that. I promise you do not need that. There are alternatives right now. Energized devices that you can talk to your doctor that can help with little tiny extra skin that you have after a baby.
Like what?
Non-invasive ones, energized devices that you can use over here. I can't say brands, but you can help to tine that skin. Radio frequency, medical grade that can help you combined with lymphatic will increase circulation, will increase all oxygenation, increase production of collagen. We can help with vitamin E. There are so many things that you can do there. I know plastic surgeons are going to say, she needs it. Like, no, you don't need it.
I'm just saying, if you are going to get a tummy tuck, my opinion, and please feel free to poke holes in this if there is some, is that you should get the tummy tuck pulled up, not down.
Yeah.
I see like people getting it pulled down and I feel I don't get why you wouldn't pull it up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Because you want to lift up as you age.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me to pull down.
Yeah. There are two options actually, like you can go up and down, and I feel that each person is going to do whatever the doctor feels based on what they needs are. I don't think everybody could kind of choose what they are wanting to do. It's more like a medical aspect of each person. But yeah, I agree. And I love the results of like tummy tuck in general, like if done correctly, if you have extra skin, if you lost a lot of weight, why not? Which is not your case.
Okay. Well, we'll see after my third kid. I love my bowl of meat. And one thing I like to do to my bowl of meat is I like to make it different all the time. I have so many ideas there. It's just like so many. Like I could give you a scroll of ideas. And one of the ideas is that I've been doing a hamburger bowl. It is so delicious. You chop up a bunch of red onion. You do some tomato. You do some cheese, maybe some cheddar cheese. You do some jalapeno. You could do some white onion, lettuce, and some meat. And the lettuce that I have been using is so efficient. It is by Taylor Farms. So they have so many different chopped salad kits. It's really easy to use these in your bowl of meat or just to make a salad with. So they have like a sweet kale, a Caesar, an avocado ranch, a Mediterranean crunch. I used the avocado ranch recently for my meat bowl, like my hamburger bowl, and it was absolutely delicious. Everything is all ready to go. So there's no chopping, slicing, or leaving like half a cabbage in your fridge. It's efficient. It saves you time. It's fresh greens. It's ready. Like I said, you could do a salad, a bowl of meat. You could do like a fiesta bowl. You can get really creative with Taylor Farms chopped salad kits. I just happen to like it in my bowl of meat. So if you're looking for something that your whole family will love, look no further than Taylor Farms. Grab a Taylor Farms chopped salad kit and get your salad together. And don't sleep on the sweet kale. It is delicious with a little champagne vinaigrette. You know what I've learned about recently? Cats. My best friend Weston has a cat, and he told me all about the amazing cat food that he is giving his cat, who is named Wait for it, Winston. Let me tell you about Smalls. Smalls cat food is a protein-packed recipe made with preservative-free ingredients that you'll find in your fridge, and it's delivered straight to your door. So we tested this food out on Winston, and he did not complain. He was obsessed with it. He was literally licking his bowl. You don't want to feed your cat nibble, Weston and I learned. You want to make sure that the food is really, really good with no artificial flavoring and preservatives. So this is a fact that I learned. Your kitty is descended from a ferocious desert cat who hunted live prey for food, and your cat isn't any different. They need fresh, protein-packed meals to live their best life. And let me tell you, Winston is living his best life after switching to Smalls. 88% of cat owners reported overall health improvements, and that's a big deal. The team at Smalls is so confident that your cat will love their product that you can try it risk-free. That's what Winston did. It means they'll refund you if your cat won't eat their food. But I'm telling you, this cat was licking the bowl. For a limited time only, because you guys are him and her listeners, you can get 35% off Smalls plus an additional 50% off your first order by using our code SKINNY50. Again, an additional 50% off when you head to smalls.com and use promo code SKINNY50. Again, that's promo code SKINNY50 for an additional 50% off your first order plus free shipping at smalls.com. What are some things that you see up close with plastic surgery that you would advise against? You've seen, I feel like you're, besides the surgeon, you're the next person that's seeing everything up close. But what's unique about what you do is you're seeing how it heals.
Yes.
So not only are you just seeing it in the surgery room, you're seeing the process of the healing, and then you see it after it's done, because maybe they come back to you again.
Yeah.
What is stuff that you would advise women against?
How often they are getting this. So I see how often and when they should start. Sometimes we get opinions of plastic surgeons wanting to just get their lymphatic like a month after they got their surgery done. So like it's a big no-no. Like they have to start right away. A fun fact is that in Brazil, some doctors actually allow us to do the lymphatic at the surgery center. I don't feel that this is ever going to happen here in America because of a lot of liabilities. But I feel that people should know that. So at first, when they are able to do a lymphatic, like right away, after their tummy tuck, after their liposuction, breast augmentation, facelift, like it's literally like next day they have to be laying down on my massage table.
It's funny that you say that, and I haven't talked with the audience about this one, but I actually am going to have you or someone that works with you come to the hospital after I have a baby.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I'm so
excited. Yeah.
I hope that they let you walk right in.
Yeah, that's okay. We can try, because I feel that, like I said, our lymphatic system doesn't stop. So why do we wait? It doesn't make any sense for us Brazilians, or in my head. We shouldn't. There are so many things we could do. Taping, for example, for lymphatic taping. We can help with so many things after surgery. If it is like postpartum, or if it is just aesthetic surgery, they should have been doing this like right away. And sometimes we get clients that come like, oh, my plastic surgeon said a month to come here a month later. And they are full of scar tissue.
But the scar tissue is really messed up. If you don't get that fixed with lymphatic, it's not a joke. I honestly think if I was like advising someone, what do I know? I would rather not get plastic surgery if you can't get lymphatic drainage.
Yeah, that's
I think
perfect.
it's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
I'd rather just surpass it's like, you don't want to get a Groupon for plastic surgery. You don't want to get plastic surgery without lymphatic drainage after. Yeah. Because you will get scar tissue.
Yes.
When it comes to having a baby, and I'm going to have you come to the hospital, why do you feel like that's so important for me? Because you've been talking about it with me. You think that you think I need it right away.
Yes. First, we're going to help with your water retention. Obviously, you're going to be super swollen, lots and lots of edema. And also, we're going to help with your immune system. So getting back to your natural shape, let's say this way, because your body's going to be so traumatic from so many things that you take more time to heal in order to do that. And
so what will you work on? Will you work on the whole body?
Everywhere. We
whole
cannot,
body.
yeah, that's another huge red flag. If you guys ever go to have a lymphatic, a Brazilian lymphatic, whatever lymphatic that you're going to get, they work only in one area of your body. That's not just the face or just the body. It's a big no-no.
But you don't work on my stomach when I'm pregnant,
No.
right? I've never seen you work on my stomach.
No.
Why is that?
It's optional. It's not wrong. It's just my style because I feel that's very personal to the mom and that connection that she has with the baby. So I feel that's a connection that you have to have and not someone from the outside.
I get that.
But I'm not saying that is wrong. Lots and lots of people are okay to do that. That will be beneficial with some lymphatic here. But I feel that I could just work on your flanks. I could work on the sides because I put you on when you're on the sides. And I work a lot about here. It's just not specific on the stomach because I feel that is it's a little moment that you have with your baby.
So you're going to come to the hospital after I give birth. And then my plan is when I get out of the hospital, I'm doing belly binding. I've done this with all three of my kids. I swear by it. It's like there's this girl, her name is Princess. She's in LA. She has a belly binding company and she comes and she ties like a beautiful material around your waist. And what it does is it sort of helps your uterus go back easier. And what my theory is that I get the lymphatic, I get the wrap, and then after I take the wrap off, I would come back to you and have you do lymphatic. And I think those three things together, it's just going to make such a difference.
Such a difference for you. The way you feel, you're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel more energy. You're going to have all of the benefits from the inside out. And if you're able to do that, any person is able to do that, just do it because we'll completely change your recovery.
I would be crazy not to talk about your story. You have a wild story and you are a story of perseverance and discipline and showing up day after day. I think it's important for the audience to hear. Tell us how your childhood was like in Brazil and how you decided to come to America and bring this business here, and you've grown this massive community, which we're going to get into, but share sort of like the trajectory of that.
Yeah, sure. So I'm from Brazil originally, as my accent tells, and I came to Austin at first with my ex-husband. Before I started this whole thing of helping people, I was just raised as a regular, I would say, like kid. I could say that I came from a very humble beginning. And here in America, you have the possibility and change and like possibility to grow and opportunities that I might not have had in Brazil. So in Brazil, I used to work with something that maybe that was not fulfilling me 100%. And after a lot of like how do you say, like a lot of fight, I was able to create my own I don't know, my own path of helping people. So yeah, I came from, I don't know, it's kind of like a little bit emotional just to remember everything that I had to go through to be here today and to be helping people.
What were some of the things that you had to go through that, I mean, you have such an inspirational story. Like, I feel it's just, what are some challenges that you had to overcome to be here?
Well, I'm from a very small city, like 30,000 people. And obviously my mom didn't have money to pay for private schools or anything. So I used to work in the afternoon and go to school in the morning just to pay my own tuition. So everything started there. But since it was a very small city, I wanted something bigger. So I went to São Paulo, which is one of the biggest cities in Brazil. And obviously, I also didn't have money to that. So I took a bus and I just put like raw meat inside of my luggage because I was very worried of not having enough to eat because I was going by myself to São Paulo. And I just put everything and packed everything there, went to São Paulo and started to work and getting subway and just slowly. I remember that I used to stop at Avenida Paulista, which is the finance center in São Paulo, every time that I saw someone speaking in English, because it was so amazing. And I was just stopped and I was looking just to hear, oh my gosh, someone is speaking English here. Oh, this is so cool. And Mom, I just saw someone speaking in English. I need to learn that. And
So you were attracted to Americans.
yes.
I don't mean
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Her boyfriend's sitting here. He's smiling in your ear.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was very tough. I have a lot of stories of the way that I was able to grow this huge community that we have now. But I always like to focus on things that made me be here today. So
you've built a massive business. You have a high ticket item that you sell where you get to do courses and get access to you, but you also have brick and mortar and you have all of these incredible people that you've trained.
Yeah.
What has the journey and the evolution of that been like?
That's amazing because when I first got here, I started having to have my schedule first, I started working on the spare bedroom of my apartment, and I used to charge $35 per session. Yes.
So if you would have met me, I would have said,
I know. And then now it's like, okay, it's a huge difference to the 500, but it's okay. And when I was there in my spare bedroom, my schedule started to be very, very busy. So I started to have like a month, 2 months of people wanting to come with me because they've seen the difference from others. They've heard from others. That's when I was like, I'm not able to do this by myself. So I started to have the spas and the locations, hiring massage therapists. Their schedules were busy as well. And then I was like, I don't think I can deal with all of this because, as you said, I came from a humble beginning. I didn't have enough financial education, for example, that would teach me. My mom would tell me I didn't go to Yale. I didn't go to Stanford. I didn't have a business degree. I was learning, crying during the night, and during the day, I was like, how do I solve this? How can I do this? So I was learning during the process. And after the spas, I was like, I feel that I have to share everything I know because every single client that lays down here, not only with me, but also my massage therapist, they are wanting more and they are looking on my Instagram. They're like, where can I find someone in Florida? Where can I find someone in New York? How about California? Every single day I have so many people asking for my method specifically. So that's when I started training people on my technique.
You probably saw a lot of people on social media probably doing it wrong too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure that's hard to watch.
It's so
if
bad.
They're doing the inverse of lymphatic drainage.
Yes. It's so bad because then at the end of the day is the client that is going home with a even worse result. Sometimes I feel like maybe we should not even provide lymphatic for someone if you're not 100% sure what you're doing, because it's going to be worse. If you damage a lymph node, for example, because you are, pumping on the wrong way with too much pressure, that little lymph node that the massage therapist damaged can take 30 to 40 days to get recovered.
Oof.
So it's better not having a lymphatic than having with the wrong professional. So that's when I started my classes. And now we are in 22 countries, 45 states here in America with certified professionals on my technique, Brazilian Lymphatic by Josie Rushing, the right way, with the pressure points, with everything that we were talking now. It's not just do lymphatic. It's just not go to Brazil and learn something there and start doing here. American bodies are different. Our lifestyle here is different. Our food here is different. Not here, but Canada or wherever I have certified students.
There are so many supplements on the market, and we talk about so many of them on this podcast. The question is, which ones do you take consistently? Which ones make the greatest impact? I am convinced that Fatty 15 is one of those supplements. I have been taking it now for close to 5 or 6 months consistently every single day, and here's why. Fatty 15 contains C15, which is one of the first essential fatty acids to be discovered in 90 years, and get this, studies have confirmed that it's 3 times better, broader, and safer than omega-3s. The origin story is Fatty 15 Rushing co-founder, Dr. Stephanie Van Watson, discovered C15 as the first essential fatty acid to be discovered in 90 years, like I said, while working, get this, with the U.S. Navy to continually improve the health and welfare of aging dolphins. I know this story sounds crazy. We had her on the podcast twice now. She told that story on the first one, and it all makes sense. But long story short is that they found that the dolphins had C15 in great amounts in their bodies, and that the ones that had the greatest amounts lived the longest and healthiest lives. If you want to get sciencey about it, studies show that C15 works by strengthening our cells, improving our mitochondrial function, and protecting us against damaging free radicals. The result, better long-term metabolic, liver, and heart health. And it turns out that many of us are deficient in C15, which results in weaker cells that make less energy and quit working earlier than they should. All of that makes us age faster, sleep poorly, feel sluggish. Does that sound familiar? If so, it may be because you need more C15. And one of the greatest things about Fatty 15 is C15 is the only ingredient in the product. It's a single ingredient and it has no fluff. So check them out. This has been a game changer for me. I take it every single day. I encourage you to do so as well. Fatty 15 is on a mission to replenish your C15 levels and restore your long-term health. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/skinny and using code skinny at checkout.
One thing I do not want to think about when I am pregnant is my prenatal. I don't want to have to worry about it. I want to know that it's clinically tested. I want to know that the ingredients are the best of the best. I want to know that there's methylated folate in it. And I also want it to be easy to swallow because everything makes me have aversion right now. So I want something that's really gentle on my stomach, and I would prefer a little minty essence. So enter Ritual's Essential Prenatal. This was shown to help deliver key nutrients, including biotin and vitamin D. And also, moms taking Ritual had a lower overall cortisol level during pregnancy than those taking a leading prenatal. This makes total sense because we had Gary Brecka on the podcast and he talked about this a lot. He talked about how important it is to get the methylated folate. And what I personally think is great about Ritual is that they have bioavailable key nutrients designed for optimal absorption. Also, there is a minty essence in their prenatal, which is awesome. It makes it very easy to swallow. If you are not pregnant, they also have a daily protein. They have a symbiotic. They have a product for skin. They also have a great multivitamin that I have taken when I'm not pregnant that I highly recommend. I like this brand so much, I interviewed the founder twice. She knows what she's talking about. Don't settle for less than evidence-based support. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/skinny. Start Ritual or add Essential Prenatal to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/skinny for 25% off. This episode is brought to you by Lauryn Bostic x Bumpsuit. I am so excited for this collab. It's my first collab I've done underneath my name. You can go to bumpsuit.co and you just click the Lauryn Bostic x Bumpsuit, and it is my curated edit. Here's what I would tell you have to look at. There is a support waist trainer that is literally amazing. So I'm going to be wearing this right after I give birth. It is so good for the compression and postpartum recovery. I am such a big fan of belly binding after I give birth. I feel like it supports my posture and helps my uterus go back sort of like into place. And this support waist trainer works. I used it with Towns. It's absolutely amazing. You feel like a superhero with this compression waist trainer. So definitely get that. I have it in black. It's also on my page. And then whether you're pregnant or not, they have the best of the best jumpsuits. I've been wearing them with all 3 of my pregnancies. The one that I would recommend is in my curated edit. It's the unitard. It's true to size. It's flattering. It's chic. It's elevated. It's amazing. It looks good with a jean jacket. It looks good with a leather jacket. It looks good alone. It's such a good one to have for working out, or if you're a mom or postpartum, or if you're pregnant. This is a brand that I've wanted to collab with for probably like 5 years. So go on and shop my 2 edits. There's kits with Skinny Confidential product in it, and then shop that waist trainer. And I'm telling you, grab the jumpsuit. You will not be sorry. You can go to bumpsuit.co and use code skinny for 15% off. That's bumpsuit.co, code skinny for 15% off. You love the Skinny Confidential dry brush.
I do.
But here's the thing. We want to make sure we're all using it right.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain what the importance of, maybe explain to us your tips and tricks of doing it at home and doing it right? Like where you would start with it.
Yeah.
where to go up, where to go down.
Yeah, always towards the heart. I feel that if you're going to do something right, just always think about that you are going to have to work with the dry brushing towards your heart.
Okay.
And the second thing that I feel that sometimes people are lacking is that we have to divide our body parts into 3 that we call proximal, medial, and distal. So if I'm working, for example, on the forearm, the closest lymph nodes that I have from the forearm is here, my cubital nodes. So I divide this here in 3 parts, proximal, medial, and distal. And I always start to work on the closest lymph nodes that I have over here. In this case,
if by your armpit, you would start above your armpit.
Yes. So here I'll divide in 3 and start to the closest one first, then medial and distal. And you can make this fun. I told you, my fiance does on me, I do on him. It doesn't have to be something, I have to do this. You can do like this. You can teach your partner how to do this every day, every week. It depends because it helps with exfoliation as well.
Every single time before I have sex, Michael, I want to be dry brushed from head to toe or I'm not doing it.
Right? I know. It's a good one.
A little habit stack for you.
Okay.
I have heard that you have to start at your ankles. Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Okay.
You always have to, if you're going to do your leg, you have to start on your thigh.
Okay.
And also divide in 3, proximal, medial, and distal.
And just so you guys know, the proximal is the closest to the vagina, which is where the area is like right there where it drains, right?
Yes. Because what we have to think is that we have to clear that path to the others to come. So when you're talking about proximal, closer here to the inguinal, the growing area, we are cleaning up this path here. And then the medial, when it comes with that fluid, the proximal will be cleared. And then the distal will also follow. So the same thing happens to the whole leg. Why would you do the ankles first if you actually have to bring everything towards your heart and all of your leg has to be cleared?
So you would start right by the vagina.
Yes.
And then you would go to the middle of your thigh and then you would go above your knee and then you would go right behind your knee.
Yes.
And then do the same thing all the way down to the ankles.
Yes. On the shin, the same thing, proximal, medial, and distal.
And how do you prep the face so it can drain properly? I do this every morning, so I want to make sure I'm doing everything correctly.
Yeah.
What do you like? I think you told me to open up behind my ears. Explain exactly what to do there.
Yeah, we have to pump the superficial nose. It's kind of like activate them for them to work properly. So you literally just have to do like 2 little fingers like this. And I like to call this like hula hula. So everybody remembers. Imagine that you are doing like a hula hula. That's how you activate your lymph nodes. So you just like clip your ears, for example, and just do like a hula hula here. Same thing.
That is how you massage. It's a hula hula.
Yeah, it's just the pumping.
And if you guys want to see what the hula hula is, go on YouTube. Don't pop a boner, guys.
Yeah.
And so then you go underneath your chin.
Underneath the chin.
And then you open up the clavicle.
Yes, well, exactly. Above the clavicle, we have lots and lots of lymph nodes over here. Supraclavicle, infraclavicle as well. Just have to do the hula hula as well. Imagine you're dancing a hula hula. That's exactly what you have to do in order to activate the lymph nodes.
And when I do my facial massage with my hands or my tools, I'm always lifting up besides under the eyes. I go in. Is that right?
That's perfect.
Okay, good.
Yes, that's amazing.
If you were going to say no, I was going to be like, fuck.
No, it's right. Because a lot of people do the under eye wrong.
They go out.
They go out and it should come in because we have the lacrimal duct right here. So we have to kind of bring all the fluids towards to the lacrimal duct.
Okay, so everything is lifting out, you guys. You lift out and up, and then you go in underneath the under eye, and then you can bring it down the neck to drain it after you've prepped.
On this side, always. That's another mistake that I see a lot. So not here. You don't go down on the middle of your neck, only on the sides. Here, you always go up.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so the middle of my neck, I go up.
Yes, you go up. You don't want to have like this falling.
Okay.
So we go up just here close to the thyroid here. And then on the sides, you go down.
Would you be willing to put up a video when this goes live so the audience can all go run to your Instagram and follow you and find exactly what to do?
Absolutely.
For facial massage?
Yeah, sure.
That'd be very helpful. I also sometimes use the dry brush to open up behind my ears before.
Yes.
Can you do that?
Absolutely. You
Okay.
can do like the way that it's just there's a little bit of a, I don't know how to say that, scratch.
Yeah.
A little bit of scratch. That's kind of the same of opening the lymph node, but with the dry brush.
Okay. Geez, that was a huge lesson. I didn't realize that you went up in the middle of the neck.
Yeah, that's very important.
Something that I learned today, you guys. What do you do? This is such an off-tangent question, but I have to ask you because you're the perfect person. You work closely with a lot of different people.
Mm-hmm.
There's people who are listening who are makeup artists, or they do hair, or maybe they do what I do and they interview. And I've heard a lot of these people say that when they have to be around a lot of different personalities and energies, they have to do a practice before they do it. So for me, I do what one of my facialists calls it is zipping up.
Mm-hmm.
You zip your energy up.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do so you don't take on the person that you're massaging's energy?
I work barefoot. 100%. Yeah. I went to your house, and I'm sure you probably remember that I took it off my
just
shoes.
like when everyone takes their shoes off. So I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were barefoot, but I didn't know that that's why.
Yeah, that's why. Totally having connection to the ground, making sure that I'm not. Actually, I just had like 2 cases it's been almost 10 years that I've been working with this. And I just had 2 cases that I felt a little bit
weird.
Very weird.
Because like you took on someone's bad day.
Yes, they were not nice as well.
So what do you do? How do you get rid of that when you're done?
We have to ground it. Like we call this grounded in massage therapy. Even though I was barefoot, that was just not something that was like our energies were pairing. So I just needed a little bit of a time. But after the session, I had a lot of headache. I think Derek remembers that. It's just like, that was really bad. I was having a very bad headache. I had nausea and I had it all. And then I just left, grounded, feet on the floor, on the earth, and then just breathing respirations, and just go back to my my routine.
Yeah, it's with what I do. I because some people are very open on the podcast and they'll say a lot of crazy stories. I mean, I've heard all different kinds of things, and you have to be able to almost have a bubble around you.
Yes.
But with what you do, you're touching people, which is it's a different layer. And then also sometimes they can imagine they're like unloading on you.
Yes.
And so it's almost like you really have to be thoughtful with how you're showing up.
Absolutely. And I see majority of my clients, women. So it's like that vulnerable position that we were talking about. So the ventral position that we are saying. So they are really open to share, really open to including energies. So just having balance. I mean, like we learned how to deal with all that. I did learn throughout of the years. But yeah, it could be sometimes we can feel it, definitely, their energy. Yeah.
It's a good thing it's mostly women, because I feel like the men would pop a boner.
It did already happen. But it's natural. It's natural, like.
It's natural? So if you're massaging and they just pop one?
Yes. Let me explain so people don't get this wrong. We are stimulating the lymphatic system, lymph flow and circulation. What does it cause the erection? Circulation. So it obviously, if the person doesn't have bad intention, if does happen, could be like some legit thing. So when we are in school, we learn how to deal with that, like, so if you are a real professional and a massage therapist, I mean, like, you're licensed, because we see a lot of people out there that sometimes they're not even licensed. They don't know how to deal with that,
So I shouldn't gift my dad a lymphatic session.
Maybe.
I shouldn't gift my grandpa a lymphatic session. Maybe my grandpa.
Maybe. Yeah, but I mean, it can happen. It's just, honestly, Lauryn, for us, it's
just whatever. It's like pass the ketchup.
Exactly. It's just like, it's natural. Like, it's just a piece. I don't know. We see the muscles.
I would flick it out of the way.
Yeah, no, it just, I mean, like, obviously, I don't want to encounter that every single time, obviously, like.
Hit it with the dry brush.
Yeah, right? But it's just.
Is that your pinky toe?
It's a pee-pee.
Oh, it's so
then they're gonna say, "Oh, okay." But yeah, I mean, like obviously, I don't want to deal with that. But
who does?
yeah, but we understand that is like it's a responsive react from the body.
So guys, don't be afraid to get lymphatic.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
fine. Pitch
Yeah,
a
I have a
tent.
lot of like, for example, I have clients and they come in, they're women, and they're like, "Can you please see my husband? Can you like he wants to try this?"
I did that too.
Yeah, right. So see, usually it's like by referral. We don't just like get walk-in
I'm gonna
male
put a
clients.
video camera in there when you work on Michael, and I'm gonna be watching every little step.
Now I'm scared.
If he gets a boner, you better come back on this podcast.
Oh my gosh, I'll come back to tell you. I'm kidding.
Tell us. Give me an update. I love a real-time update. I could use a little leverage against him, just something to throw out at the dinner table.
Oh, Michael, this is not, listen, I'm looking at the camera. This is not my idea. I have nothing to do with that, okay?
Honestly, I go to the foot spa, and if they gave me a happy ending, I would just lay there. I feel so
my
good. I'm just like,
gosh.
whatever.
Oh my gosh, Lord. The massage board is now revoking my license. It's like, no, Josie, you cannot have a license anymore.
I would get in trouble if I was. No, you are very professional and very amazing. And I just think that you've built such a massive, cool business. Where can everyone find you? Where can they apply for your courses? If you guys are listening and you're interested in getting your expertise in Josie's method, where can they stalk you?
So if they want to find any of my locations, it's Brazilicious. I have one in Austin, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, and I often go to Beverly Hills as well.
Okay.
If they're not from any of these places, they can find certified students as well that were trained by me. So they just can go online on detoxlovers.com, and they're able to find also my certified students there. If you are a massage therapist or a body contour specialist, you can learn my technique as well. Just go and search for Josie Rushing on Instagram, and I have a link there that they can learn in person or online.
Do you want to give a code if someone wants to sign up for your classes and courses?
Yeah, do you like to help me with a code? You can create.
Can we do code skinny?
Yeah.
You pick the percentage off.
Yeah. Let's say like 10%. Is that good?
Code skinny gets you 10% off. You can learn her method. I will tell you, I am someone that has gotten massaged more than anyone in the world. Mm-hmm. If there was a Guinness Book of World Records, I am addicted to all kinds of massage, and your massage is superior. It's one of the best massages I've ever had. You're so talented.
Oh, thank you.
And you and I were supposed to meet. You already know this.
Yeah.
We're like our frequency. We were supposed to meet.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to give your information to the whole audience. I'm sure a lot of them already know you.
Yeah.
But if you guys have not gotten a Josie massage, and it doesn't just have to be from Josie, it's your technique.
Yeah. Brazilian Beauty Formula is the name of my certified students. So they can get with any of my certified students as well. And thank you so much.
Yeah, and you guys, if anyone's getting plastic surgery, please check out lymphatic massage. It will make your recovery happen like it's night and day with the recovery.
Yes, non-surgery, post-surgery, wellness, cosmetic. Just think that Brazilian Lymphatic can help with all of this in once.
I have had surgery without lymphatic drainage and with lymphatic drainage, and I can tell you the recovery does not even compare.
Yes, that's true.
Check it out. Josie, thank you for coming on.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.